another strikeout. That's 16. And this is hit high and deep, left field, down the line. Home run. A walk-off 2-run homer. Back up the middle, 1 run is in. Another runner is rounding third and heading for home, and he will score. And there's another drive. Is it a 3-home run day for Kanga? Yes, it is. Is this going to go? Unbelievable. I'm a Woman Can Do It All. Hear her roar. Season 4, Game 1 is going to be a home game for the Peaks. We made a few changes in the off-season. You can go back and watch the off-season video on YouTube if you like to see the changes that were made. We picked up some new players. Of course, I've renamed them so that they have more Peaks-like names. But let's get started with Game 1 of the new season. The Skulls are coming in to Big Sky Ballpark. It'll be Crimp Jimson on the mound for the Peaks. Obviously no stats yet, as this is the first game of the season. Esposito will be on the mound for the Skulls, going against the Peaks ace Jimson in the first game of the season. Home opener for the Peaks. And Zap Sierra will lead it off for the Skulls. Salute the Colorado flag. There we go. And here is Zap Sierra in his first at-bat of the season, facing off against Crimp Jimson on the mound for the Peaks. And the first pitch of Season 4 is hit up the middle for a base hit. An interesting start to the season, but we are underway. As Jimson got that out of his system, he's ready to settle in now and deliver a double play ball. And that's what they do. Just like that, 2 down, nobody aboard. Noel Velocidad will be up next. And in the first few games of the season, it's awkward because I have nothing to say about the batters as they have no stats yet. It's quickly 0-2 on Velocidad. And she doesn't chase that one down and in. With a 1-2 is fouled away. I gotta tell you, there's a strange thing going on in my brain right now because I last night spent several hours editing these games down for YouTube. This is popped foul. It's going to make the seats. And in doing so, as I'm watching through them, looking for any pauses I need to cut out or anything I need to add, I generally play through the games at double speed. So I've been watching this game go past at double speed for several hours recently, so it looks a little strange and slowed down to me right now. It's kind of a weird sensation. So no runs scored in the top of the first by the Skulls. They get a couple of base hits but cannot score a run, and Gerp Trindle is going to lead it off for your Peaks. And he hits a line drive into center field to the warning track. Mayo is there to make the catch for out number 1. Up at the plate now, Kid Presentable lifts this one high to center field, drifting all the way back to the wall, and watching it hit the garden is Velocidad. A home run for Kid Presentable in his first at bat of the new season. His first of the year, obviously. And that puts the Peaks on top by a run. With 1 out here in the first, here's Arlo Puffy. Pretty good hit line drive towards third, but Wells with a nice leaping catch turns it into out number 2. That'll bring Fat Fuck to the plate for his first time. Won the batting title and the Triple Crown last season. And shows everybody why, starting off this season with a base hit to the right side. He is aboard for Jimmy Pootstink, who bats with 2 away in the first. And that's a ground ball. It's not going to get by Spence with a nice diving stop there at second. That'll end the inning, but the Peaks do get on the board with a solo home run courtesy of Big KP, Kid Presentable. And that'll take us to the top of the second, and Mario Flan. Jimson is ready, winds, and delivers, and that is fouled away. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Jimson. Just missed a little low. It's 1-1. In there for a strike with the high fastball. 1-2 pitch coming. And that's the first strikeout of the year for Jimson. A called strike 3 on a nice changeup up and in. And that'll bring up Gurney Spence. Right back to the mound. Jimson gloves, fires out. And that'll be the second out of the inning. And we'll bring Jose Leverage to the plate. Leverage in the offseason did a lot of surfing. And this is hit on the ground. Jimson can't get to it in time as it rolls just slightly faster than he can run, apparently. Weird looking play. But either way, it's going to be an infield 2-out single for Leverage. Here's Sammy Wells. With a runner at first base, he will take strike 1. And the 0-1 catches the bottom of the zone. It's 0-2. Runner goes, and the ball is fouled back to the backstop. It's 0-2. Struck him out. Second strikeout of the inning for Jimson, and his second of the year. That will take us to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Riprock, Pasme, and Vanderhiggs coming up for the Peaks. Here is Dash Riprock, the shortstop. One of the longtime veterans here on the Peaks, all the way back from the second edition of the game. This is a fly ball to center field. Mayo catches it for out number 1. Here's Tina Pasme. There's a drive to left field. Does it have the distance? It does. Another home run for the Peaks, and they're starting this season off right. That one goes 375 feet. That's Pasme's first of the year in his first at bat. It's 2-0 now, Peaks, and Kleebel Vanderhiggs will step in and take a strike on the outside corner. Line drive, left field. This should be off the wall. It is off the fence and the big wall. She's going to dig and try for 2 and just get in there under the tag. That'll be a double for Vanderhiggs. Here's Jimson. Infield playing in to guard against the bunt. But Jimson swings away, pops it up right around the pitcher's mound. Esposito has it. And that'll be the second out. Here's Gerp Trindle. 0 for 1 today. Bats here with 2 away and a runner at second. He fouls the first pitch off down the right side, 0-1. And that's a little looper into right field. That is going to fall for a base hit, not deep enough to score the run, as Vanderhiggs doesn't move all that well. But there are runners at the corners now for Kid Presentable, who started off last inning with a home run. And here he sends a bouncing ball to the second baseman, Spence, who throws him out at first to end the inning. Peaks score another run. They lead 2-0 as we head to the top of the third. Amara Mayo will lead off this half inning. Mayo, an off-season acquisition for the Skulls, picked up off of free agency. And she's quickly behind Jimson, 0-2 here. Fouled away. She'll get another 0-2 pitch. And she'll swing at it and miss. Third strikeout of the day for Jimson. Here's Theo Esposito, the starting pitcher for the Skulls. And he pops this one up into foul territory. That will reach the seats on the left side. And it's 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 there. Good pitch from Jimson. Struck him out. Fourth of the day, second of the inning. That'll bring up Zap Sierra. 1 for 1 today, hit a single in his first at bat. On the first pitch he saw, he falls behind 0-2 here against Jimson. And Jimson strikes out the side. Called strike 3 for the third out of the inning. Jimson is killing it. 5 strikeouts through the first 3 innings of work. Peaks coming up here in the bottom of the third, up by 2. It's Arlo Puffy to lead it off. And that's a line drive into left field. 1 pitch, 1 base runner for the Peaks. As Fat Fuck steps in, he hit a single his first time at bat. And he hits a single again. Back-to-back singles for the Peaks. 2 runners aboard, nobody out as Jimmy Pootstink steps in. Hit a ground ball out his first time at bat. Goes down to get that one, fouls it into the Peaks dugout. It's 0-1. Popped up right side. And the runner tags and will head for third, then changes his mind again. And they've got him hung up, and they're going to get him. He stays in the rundown for a long time, but they eventually get him. That'll bring Dash Riprock to the plate with 2 outs and 1 aboard. And he hits a fly ball to left center field. And Mayo makes the catch on the danger dirt. Peaks strand a runner in the bottom of the third. We head to the top of the fourth. Peaks lead by 2. Todd Weird going to lead it off for the Skulls, facing Jimson, who is on fire so far today. And he puts another strike across the plate. It's 0-1. Just misses there with the fastball. The 1-1 is fouled away. 1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6. As Jimson is reaching back for a little something extra here for the home opener. Upset that with his performance last season, that his team did not even reach the playoffs. In fact, he was rather vocal in his offseason in the press that he was going to work a lot harder and he was going to take this team on his back and lead them to a championship. That is his stated goal for the year. He was very, very good in not calling out his teammates who maybe didn't have as great a year as he did. And on paper, it looks like the Peaks should have won everything, as they had a lot of league leaders and record setters. That's a single up the first base line. But Jimson very diplomatic and said he's going to work harder and try to lead his team. And he started off well here with 6 strikeouts so far in this one. And it's 0-2 on Spence. The pitch is hit on the ground weakly. Pootstink can't get there. Fat Fuck gloves it and fires to first. That ends the inning. Another scoreless inning for the Skulls. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Peaks coming up, bottom of the order. It'll be Passme, who had a home run in his first at bat. And he will take ball 1 up and in. Ooh, should have swung at that one probably. And the 1-1 is popped up shallow left field. Drifting back is the shortstop, Velocidad. She makes the catch. I thought Velocidad played center. I'm mistaken. Here's Kleebel Vanderhiggs. Swings and misses on an inside curveball. Strike 1. And that's pretty well hit into the gap in left field. It rolls to the padding. She takes a big turn at first, but thinks better of it and comes back to first. Here's Jimson, again the infield playing in, expecting a bunt. He swings away instead. And that's a fly ball into right field. Sierra makes the catch. Probably should have laid down the bunt. But I'm stubborn. I like my batters to swing away because you never know what happens. Here's Gerp Trindle with 2 down and a runner at first. That's off the plate. Ball 1. Well hit ball, and it gets through the webbing of the glove of Spence. He was able to knock it to the ground and slow it down, but not make the catch or the play. And here's Kid Presentable, who also has a home run today. This is not a home run. That's a ground ball to the left side. And that will result in the third out of the inning. We're headed to the top of 5. Skulls coming up, trailing by 2. Leverage to lead it off. The pitch to Leverage. We mentioned in his last at bat that he was a big surfer, and he did a lot of surfing in the off season. In fact, he won a competition in Malibu, a surfing competition where he took home the grand second place prize of $3,000 American dollars. Doesn't quite match up with the millions he makes here in the Super Mega Baseball League, but it's something he enjoys nonetheless. And a competitor like him, you don't enjoy something unless you can compete at it. There's the 2-1. He's in there for strike 2. It's 2-2 now on Sammy Wells, who is not a surfer. And there is strikeout number 7 for Jimson, as Wells swings and misses at the off-speed pitch on the hands. Jimson's signature pitch, you can't lay off it and you can't hit it. The 0-1 to Mayo is in there for strike 2. The 0-2 pops straight up into the air. Vanderhiggs steps forward and muffs the catch in foul territory, so it doesn't hurt, but it should have been an out. Instead, it's another 0-2 pitch. And another one is in there for a strike. Strikeout number 8 for Jimson. That ends the 5th inning. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Peaks coming up. 2-0 the score in favor of the home team. Arlo Puffy to lead it off. He hit a single in his first at bat, or his second at bat, I should say. 1 for 2 today. And this is a high fly ball, but not very deep. Right center field. Mayo comes over from center to make the catch. That brings up Fat Fuck, who's 2 for 2 today with a couple of singles. And he hits this one on the ground to Spence, and that will be out number 2 at first. Stepping in now, Jimmy Pootstink. He bats with 2 away and nobody on and fouls the first pitch off into the seats. 1-1 as the curveball is low. A little golf shot into the alley, left center field. That'll get down for a single. And he is aboard with 2 outs for Riprock, who is hitless so far today. And he goes in and pops this one up. And that's out number 3 as Mayo makes the catch in center field. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Skulls coming to the plate, down by a couple. Theo Esposito, the pitcher, will lead it off. And he will take ball 1 just inside. The 1-0. Changeup across for a strike. 1-1 pitch coming. And that's a strike as well. 1-2. Popped into the air. Right field line. Pootstink going over, makes the catch in foul ground. And that'll be the first out of the inning. And we'll bring up Zap Sierra. 1 for 2 with a single today is Sierra. And that is 0-2. Almost chased it. 1-2 pitch coming. Hit hard into the alley, right center field, excuse me. That's going to get down between everybody. Trindle has it. Runner going for third. Strong throw from Trindle coming into third. Not in time. That's going to be a triple. As Todd Weird steps in. Line drive right at Pootstink, who pulls it in for out number 2. Runner back to third safely. Here is Velocidad. She's 0 for 2. She bats with 2 down in the inning here. And a runner at third. Strike 1 to Noel. And that is hit right at Fat Fuck, who plays it on the short hop and throws her out at first to end the top of the 6th. We head to the Peaks half of the frame. They lead by 2. And it will be Tina Passme leading it off 1 for 2. And that one being a home run. This is a fly ball to center field, not as deep. Mayo is there and pulls it in for the first out. Klebel Vanderhiggs has a single and a double today. And she will bat here with 1 out. Strike 1. That is fouled off the end of the bat, 0-2. That one misses just tight, 1-2. They're going in, then out, then in, then out on her. And she knew it was coming, but couldn't quite get all of it. Fly ball left field, Leverage makes the catch. That'll bring up the pitcher, Jimson. And he takes a bad swing at a low pitch. Ooh. Protecting the zone as they're really calling it low today. And he pops out to the second baseman, Spence. Heading to the top of the 7th, Skulls will bat. They got work to do. Here's Mario Flan to lead it off. The pitch from Jimson is low. Here's the 1-0. Back up the middle, right through Jimson's legs. That'll be a single to center. And the leadoff man is aboard in the 7th for the Skulls. Here's Gurney Spence. Runner at first, nobody out. The other thing that Jimson does well besides strikeouts is double play ground balls. He doesn't need it here. He'll take the called strike 3 for out number 1, and that is 9 strikeouts today for Jimson through 6 1/3 innings, I should say. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 on Leverage. Gets a hold of that one, fouls it away. The 0-2, another foul ball. Another 0-2 is hit in the air, center field. Trindle drifting back, has a beat on it and makes the catch. That's 2 down in the top of the 7th. And Trindle just kind of holds on to the ball because I forgot there was a runner on base. Here is Sammy Wells. He bats with 2 away and a runner at first here in the top of the 7th inning. And that's a line drive to right field, but Puffy can't get to it. It's over his head. The throw is going to come into the plate as the runner is, and the runner will score. There goes the shutout. In the top of the 7th, the Skulls finally on the board on a line drive to right. And there's the ground ball we needed on the last batter. That'll end the inning and take us to our 7th inning stretch.
It's a beautiful day for a ball game today.
Heading to the bottom of the 7th inning, and it's going to be the top of the Peaks order. Gerp Trindle will lead it off. He'll be followed by Presentable. Here is Trindle. And he starts the bottom of the 7th with a line drive to right, but Sierra makes the catch on the run. Kid Presentable has a home run today. Not his only hit. And he takes ball 1 just low. Got underneath that one a little bit, popped it up, shallow center field. And Mayo is there. That's 2 outs. Arlo Puffy, 1 for 3 with a single today. He bats with a couple out in the inning here. And he drives that one hard to left field, but back on the attention soil is Leverage. He has to play it off the wall as that one bounces off the fence. That'll be a single for Puffy. Here's Fat Fuck. Two balls to Fat Fuck. It's 2-0. And that's a little worm burner along the ground. That'll be out number 3. That'll end the inning. We're going to head to the top of the 8th. Skulls down by 1 in a close game here in Boulder. We're going to have a pinch hitter for Esposito. Ding Alonso is going to come in. With the Skulls down by a run and running out of outs, they need to get some bats in there. The fastball up high fools him. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. And the curve or the changeup is in there for strike 3. And that is the 10th strikeout of the day for Jimson. And that is across for a strike to Zap Sierra. Can you tell it's my first game of the day? I can't even speak yet. 0-2 on Sierra. And another strikeout. That's 11. As Sierra watches the fastball go right by him. That'll bring up Todd Weird with 2 down, nobody aboard, and a strike from Jimson. The 0-1 is hit up the middle, and that's going to get down for a base hit in right field. And we have a pinch runner for Weird. Winkelson going to come in, and Winkelson can really move on the base paths. They know. And Past Me plays that off the wall. Pinch runner does move down to third. There are 2 away, but runners at the corners as Mario Flan steps in and fouls off the first pitch from Jimson for strike 1. The 0-1 is a base hit to left field. A run will score. It gets past Me. And that'll be 2 bases. And the runner starts to head for home, but thinks better of it. And we got us a tie game all of a sudden in the top of the 8th. Gurney Spence is up. And he's quickly behind 0-2 to Jimson. The 0-2 is hit up the left side. Riprock makes the dive but cannot make the play. And the Skulls go on top by a run here. All of this happening with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. After Jimson struck out the first 2 batters, it's been a hit parade. This is a ground ball to Fat Fuck. Should get him out of it, and it does. But the Skulls do take the lead. They're going to bring in Ricky Frown to take over on the mound. Bars. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Peaks now trailing by a run. And we have a new catcher. Winkelson will come out. Kane will come in to take over duties behind the plate. First pitch to Pootstink is fouled away. 0-1. 1-1 now. And that catches a corner of something, I guess. It's 1-2. And Pootstink drives that one back up the middle. Base hit to center. And the leadoff man aboard here in the 8th for the Peaks. Here's Dash Riprock, 0 for 3 today. Time for him to do something. I think everyone agrees, and that's something all right. That is a base hit up the middle. A little bouncing ball through the infield. And 2 aboard for Tina Past Me, who already has 1 home run today. He takes that pitch for ball 1. That's off the end of the bat, into the crowd, 1-1. And there's a gapper. That is going to get down and roll to the wall. 1 run is in. The runner at third takes the turn and heads for home. The throw, he thinks better of it and heads back. And they're going to let him have third. But the game has been tied up again. And runners second and third with nobody out for Vanderhiggs, who sends a shot to center field, but that is going to be caught. It's deep enough, though, that the runner can tag at third and make it home for the Peaks to retake the lead 4-3. Jimson at the plate now, runner at second, 1 out. And Jimson sends a foul ball down the right field line. Thought that one might state fair for a second. State fair? Stay fair. That's what I said. I don't know what you heard. Line drive right at Velocidad. That's out number 2. And back to the top of the order we go. Gerp Trindle has a couple of singles today. And that is up the middle, a base hit. The runner is going to try for home and make it. Peaks up by 2 now, 5-3 as Kid Presentable steps in. He has a home run today. That his only hit in 4 appearances. And he grounds this one to second base. That will retire the side. We head to the 9th inning, but the Peaks in the lead with a little bit of insurance. They lead by 2 as the bottom of the Skulls order is coming up. Jimson will stride back out to the mound for his 9th inning of work. He has 11 strikeouts to this point in the game and is still looking very strong. He's lost a little bit of velocity, but he's feeling good. And that's going to sneak through the left side for a single. Passme gathers it in and runs it into second. Here's Amara Mayo. And Presentable has hurt his wrist on that play. And Jimson now signaling that he is a little bit tired. We're going to bring in a new off-season acquisition for the Peaks. This is Carl Resenhit. Carl Resenhit is going to come in to try and get these last 3 outs here. Following the brilliant performance by Jimson thus far in the game, Jimson's arm just getting a little tired, and he needed to come out. Mayo shows bunt. It's 0-2. She doesn't bunt here. She sends this on a line to center field. Trindle will cut it off eventually, but he has a hard time tracking it down. Another run scores, and it's a 1-run game. Pinch hitter coming in for Frown. It'll be Hansa Dunn. And Dunn will face Resenhit. And watch the slider go by for strike 1. Runner goes. I throw to the wrong base, and everything is terrible. The 1-1 pitch coming to Dunn. That is a fastball over for a strike. Ground ball outside the line, first base side. It's 1-2. And there's a strikeout for Resenhit, his first as a Peak. And that's the first out of the inning. Runner at third, 1 away, as Zap Sierra steps in. That's over for a strike. It's 0-2 on Sierra. They can't get him to chase up the ladder. The 1-2 is in there for a strike. Back-to-back strikeouts for Resenhit. A nice start to his Peaks career in his first game in front of the home crowd. 2 down in the 9th now. Ground ball to Fat Fuck. This should do it, and it does. The Peaks will win their home opener for the 2nd year in a row by a score of 5-4. You'll love to see it. Final lines for the game for the Skulls. 4 runs on 12 hits, no errors for the Peaks. 5 runs on 15 hits and an error in the mix. Your winning pitcher is Carl Crimp Jimson. He goes 8 innings, strikes out 11. Resenhit gets the save with 2 strikeouts, a combined 13 strikeouts for the Peaks pitching staff. Frown gets the loss, giving up 3 earned runs. Esposito gave up 2 home runs to the Peaks in the first inning of the game. Passme is the first star, Jimson your second star, and Flan will get the 3rd star of the game. So the Peaks start off their season right with a home win, and they are ready for season 4.